Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, and I want to just say thank you. I woke up this morning and I saw some of these really heart-touching and nice comments that people wrote in yesterday who were like songwriters and people who, it just made me feel like I just thank you. So I hope that I'm going to just try to share this as quickly as possible without this going on too long. But I think that the day after what happened yesterday is the most important element that I can share with you about songwriting for me is that it's part of the fabric of daily life for me, and my goal is to try to avoid the inevitable day after judgment mind, which I have just as bad as anyone else. Anyone else who has that. You wake up in the morning and you hear your song that's on your phone or wherever you recorded it, and you're like, oh my God, how could I have said X, Y, or Z, or this is not good. The voice in my head that's always saying that stuff. So I think the first trick is to try to step back and observe that you have this voice, that I have this voice in my head, and then kind of gently say to it, thank you for your opinion, negative voice. Here's the door, you're welcome to leave now. Because I'm not writing this song for human consumption at this point anyway. I'm writing it, and we are writing our song this morning to exercise some feelings. Okay? That's it. So, thank you, mean negative voice. I'll talk to you next month, or whatever. Easier said than done. And if anyone out there knows the solution to this problem, just tell me, because my mind still lives in there, even after all these years. So, the solution, if you would ask me that question, I would suggest that the solution is to write lots of songs and to maybe create for yourself a fake album that only you are going to hear, or maybe like your best friend someday, but whenever. First, just you and me. So this song I'm writing is not for anyone to hear. It's just between me and you. So we'll keep this our little secret. Normally, at this stage of the game, I don't play these songs for anybody because they're not ready yet. And also, hopefully, the muse will allow me to write lots of them. And later on, weeks, months, when there's a whole bunch of them, maybe one or two of them want to go forward. And, you know, at that point, I would probably go to band practice and play 4 or 5 of them for Fish and Mike and Paige and watch their faces. They've never said anything that wasn't 100% supportive when I bring new songs, ever. I'm very blessed in that way. But I can see it. I can read the energy in the room. And it's never the one you think it's gonna be. It's always a surprise because, like I said yesterday, these are just children, these songs. They have their own life and it isn't mine. And yesterday, the child was a baby and it loves its parents. And today, the child is becoming a 3-year-old. It's slamming doors and saying no. So when I woke up, I heard it. I thought, oh, this part has to change, or maybe there's a new idea for a section, right? And I also kind of had a little bit by going to sleep and forgetting about it, and then listening to it again, it told me what it was about a little more. We started off by writing about our explorer, Neo, our Jim Pollock explorer, who has a sextant and a telescope. And I was thinking, oh, Neo is observing, watching the narrator, he, she, the narrator in the boat who's escaping over the horizon line. And it reminds me of the documentary Deep Water, which I saw, which was about the 1968 around the world sailing trip. Solo. So it was the first time anyone had ever gone around the world alone in a boat. And one of the things they talk about was that back then there was no phones, no cell phones, no satellite phones. You were gone. When you left that dock and you went over the horizon line, you were in outer space in the middle of the ocean. No one was going to rescue you. You had no one to talk to for months, 6, 9 months. And the combination of that movie and Neo and what this song starts to, this morning, what it felt like was that this was my heart talking about something that I think about frequently, which is how sad I am that I never feel like that anymore, because my phone is in my pocket. So that means everyone I know, and they're all people I love, friends, parents, family members, are a text away, and I'm never on an adventure or alone. When Fish started touring, we went in a car and we said goodbye to our loved ones, and we didn't call that much. Rarely. I don't know. Every couple days, 3 days or something. We would go across the country or Canada or Europe, and we would go to play, Mississippi Nights, and then go out with friends. Oftentimes we slept on people's floors. We would meet all these people and go to restaurants in town, and it was an adventure. Like, I felt so far away from home, hanging out on a great night that I remember on Gulf Shores, and with friends that you meet, Tuscaloosa or wherever it was, you get to feel that it was an adventure. And now I think you bring everyone with you everywhere. You're never really, you're gone, but you're not really gone. So I thought this morning, maybe that's what this song is about today. Okay? Like a feeling. So then I'll say, I'm just writing in my journal, I'm like, instead of the stone, I was like, falling into the sea. I'll just, for today, I'll say like I'm skipping like a stone across the sea. That might not even be that great, but see, there's the voice. Go to the other room. We're having fun right now. Voice. Go say no to someone else. We're just saying yes right now. See why I wanted to do this today? The second day is where the rubber meets the road. But I'm going to say that, or I'll say, and I don't know how to sing that yet because it's a little wonky, but I'll just sing it wonky. But I'll try to tell you, and I had this other idea, two other ideas. One, I wrote in my journal, I've become a machine. I wrote a lot of lines. Some deep black, this is just me reading after my writing exercise. Some deep black hole is calling me. I've become a machine. I'm a thief. I can feel the weight. Okay? I want to sail away in a boat. Be off the grid. Okay? And then that I have become a machine. I wrote a lot of lines. Oh, God, I like that one. So I'll try to cram that one in there. And also, I was doing this morning. And I was singing, we are reborn in the steam. We are reborn in the steam. And I was thinking the mist off the slashing waves. Neo is watching me sail away, and he's happy. And the mist and the steam of we are reborn in the steam. And I've become a machine. So now I pick up my guitar and I try to put these sections in, and it's imperfect because it's just day 2, but I take my riff from day 1, which is I am skipping like a stone across the sea. The waves crash against the hull. I am running, but I'm free. I am flying like a stone across the sea. I hear the voices in the wind and the tide. My cold heart remembers all the times I hid inside. I'm running and floating across an endless tide. On and on, I will sleep where angels sing. Lightning blind, like a bird without a wing. Ghostly fingers hold me in this dark time, in this dark time. We are broken, we are broken, we are broken. And I have become a machine. I have become a machine. But we are reborn in the steam. Reborn in the steam. Reborn in the steam. Reborn in the steam. We are reborn in the steam. I am skipping like a stone across the sea. I am running, but I'm free. Okay, so that's enough for today, I think. And I think, you know, our child, which is our song and your song that we've written, is probably tired now, because there definitely comes a point where like you start like ringing it too hard. And this is again why the solution for me is, solution one is, other than if I was doing this video, no one would ever hear that song ever. Ever. It would just go in with all the other songs on my phone. But I really enjoy, the fun part for me is, wow, Neo is watching, and the narrator, who will be me in this moment, is escaping, and this is all stuff that means something to me. The listener may get a completely different point of view. That's my ultimate dream. I usually like to know what I'm saying, but it's not what you're necessarily hearing. I like songs that can have two points of view, because I don't want them to be my song. I want the song to be your song when you listen to it. So as a parent of the song, my goal as a parent is to, I want the song to launch till it isn't mine anymore. But most importantly, let's call that the print for the day. Then another process that I usually do is I erase everything that came before it. So I usually end the day with just one version. And like I said, if there was something that happened, this is just something I've learned in the last 5 years. If there was something that happened 3 takes ago that I really liked, I should be able to remember it. If I can't remember it, was it that good? Like, I like this. I'm reborn in the steam. So let's end with this. I actually like that enough to say that the song is now called Reborn in the Steam. Boom, titled. But I won't forget that section because I like it. Some of the other things I just sang for you, I don't necessarily like, but I don't know. I disinvited my negative voice this morning because I want to have fun writing this song with you. So the negative voice is elsewhere. Trust me, later in the day, I'll hear this recording, or I'll record it again or something, where it's on audio, not video, and the negative voice will be hanging around. But once again, I'll have to observe the negative voice and say, you're not me, you live in my head, and you need to go now. But thank you so much for all the kind things that you wrote, and please write lots of songs. Have a great time. And if you don't write songs and you enjoy cooking or any other kind of creative outlets, walking, mindfully, or whatever it is, or playing with your kids, I feel like all of this is the same thing. It's all just the creative life force at work, and I happen to like to do it with a guitar. But the principles apply universally to all aspects of life. So thanks so much. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.